Hello everybody. So recently I've been going through YouTube and I noticed that there isn't really much in terms of videos regarding how to get some of the most basic resources in Stardew Valley very efficiently. And I recently made one on how to get hardwood easily, but there isn't much out there in terms of how to get the other three main resources: stone, wood, and moss. I'm not counting fiber because you can just use fiber seeds late in the game and it's very easy to farm. But I wanted to get on here and make a video on some of the mostly late game methods and how to easily farm these four main resources. Okay, so the first resource that I'm going to show you how to farm easily, jeez parrot, shut up, is hardwood. And this requires pretty late game methods. You need to have the community center completed, you need to complete Ginger Island, and this is only for late game when you need to make a ton of machines. And it requires the dangerous mines. And I already showed this in a previous video, but if you go down to floor 40 and just go through 49, because after 49 the levels get dark, and I don't like that. It's annoying, and there's more annoying enemies. But you can find, hopefully I can find one here. I forgot my ladders at home. But you can find fully grown hardwood trees on these levels, and even stumps and sometimes even logs. And it's an extremely efficient way for farming tons of hardwood. And I'm going to go complete a whole day after I get my ladders of farming hardwood in a day, and I'll show you how much I get in an entire day of farming. Okay, so I just got done farming from around 7 a.m.-ish to around 12 a.m. And I probably could have done more since I have the return scepter, but I ran out of staircases, so I decided to go home. And it's also important to remember to bring speed buffs. I just bring triple shot espresso and spicy eel, so I can have +2 speed the entire time. So if there's no hardwood on the floor, or no trees or anything, or no stumps, I can skip to the next one quickly. Jeez, this parrot will not shut up for 2 seconds. And it's also important to remember to bring magnet rings, which I forgot, because sometimes the hardwood will fall out of range into the cave walls, and you won't be able to pick it up. And in total, between 7 a.m. and 12 a.m., I got 264 hardwood, which is really good in my opinion, from just farming for one day. You can make tons of like cheese machines or whatever you need with this. And I would have had 20 more again, if I wasn't hindered by my own stupidity when I left the magnet rings here. But you know, 264 hardwood is really good, and so is 16 mahogany seeds, which you can use to get more mahogany wood, or more hardwood. But this leads us perfectly into the next resource. Okay, so ignore the pigs because they're very loud, but the next resource I'm going to be showing you how to get very easily is wood. And again, this requires you to be in pretty late game, so sorry if you're not there yet, but it requires the use of hardwood. And if you're like me and you have a bajillion buildings on your farm and you need tons of wood, I've deforested the entire map multiple times, and it's not enough. And while you could just go buy wood from Robin, it can get pretty expensive. So the best way to get wood is you want to go to Robin's, and I know I literally just said you don't want to buy wood from Robin because it's very expensive, but you're not going to buy wood starting, I think, winter of year 1. I believe that's when it is. You can buy the wood chipper for 1,000 gold from Robin. And I want to buy a ton of these. Or I guess you don't need to buy too much. But if you buy enough, you can throw in the hardwood that you just got and get around, it's an average, it's 6 to 10 wood each time. But you can get some like syrups and like a small chance. So it's a little less than 8 wood average. But if you multiply, I guess if you take the 284 wood that I got, because I lost the 20 because of my own negligence. But if you take the 284 wood, you can get around like 2,300 wood just from one day of farming, just using the hardwood. Because normally this item is pretty worthless because hardwood using other methods can be pretty annoying to get. But if you do this, you could just get thousands of wood. So if you deforest the entire map and you don't have enough space to plant large orchards of trees, or if you do, you already have them tapped up and you don't want to chop those down, you can just get thousands and thousands of wood in a single day of farming, and it's great. Next, I'm going to be showing you how to get tons of stone very quickly, and again, this is very late game as the title suggests, and as I said early in the video, and you need to have Ginger Island and the Walnut Room unlocked, and if you come in here, you can buy tons of deconstructors. They're decently expensive, they cost 20 key gems, but I recommend getting quite a bit of them, and once you do, you head on over to the desert. Now, once you're at the desert, you can go on over to the desert trader, and she doesn't sell it today because it's not Sunday and it's Thursday. But she can sell staircases on Sunday, and staircases cost 1 jade, which I like to get from crystallariums, and you don't need as many as I do. I have, I think, 71 or something crazy. And most of you probably know that because staircases are very useful and it's a very good trade. But what you might not know is that you can then take those staircases that you trade for 1 jade, or that you get from 1 jade, and you can throw them into the deconstructors that you get from Key's Walnut Room, and then you just get 99 free stone, and all you have to do is collect it from a crystallarium and trade it on Sunday, and then you can just get hundreds of stone for doing literally nothing. It's great. Okay, now last and probably least, if I'm being honest, is moss. Moss has some pretty good uses, but you don't need it as much to make the big buildings as you do like stone or wood, and you don't need it to make as many machines as you do hardwood, but it can still be pretty important. And unfortunately, I haven't found some super duper crazy method on how to get tons of moss very quickly outside of the Green Rain event, which you need to capitalize on that. Just spend the whole day gathering moss. But what I have found, and some people don't know, is that if you plant the wild seeds next to other seeds, I mean, they'll grow. A lot of people know that. But what I like to do is, since I plant my tapper orchard, I guess, in the desert because there's lots of free room, since I already have all the trees planted here, I just like to throw my wild seeds right next to it, so then all of these trees, they just get covered in moss. So whenever I come and harvest the tappers, I can just come harvest the moss too. And it's nice. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So that's usually what I like to do. Not all of them get it, but it's a nice way to get some moss throughout the year without just having to wait the entire year. I think that about does it for the 4 main resources and the ways that I use to farm them efficiently, or as efficiently as possible. And if you have any other ways, be sure to put them in the comments for how to farm them either more efficiently or ways that you use or you think might work. And thank you all for watching.